Welcome to the Global Extinction Awareness System. You are watching Superthreat number 2, Ravenous. In 2019 the food supply chain is broken, so we're inventing new ways to feed ourselves. Hardest hit: Mexico, China, the Middle East, the processed food industry. GS volunteers report from the front lines of the Ravenous Superthreat. GS volunteer Mama Keela reports from Monterrey City in Mexico, where more than 30,000 people have been rioting in the streets, after the price of tortilla flour quadrupled for the third time in as many months. Economists say the price hikes are the result of 2 years of drought and the world's insatiable demand for biofuels. Consumer anger was already stoked by rumors that as much as 95% of the corn crop this year would be tainted by toxins from polluted rivers and aquifers. Officials say such rumors are ridiculous, and anticipate only a 5% contamination rate. Mama Keela says, if 5% of the population eats tainted corn, more than 5 million people will get sick or die. How can we balance the need for safe, affordable food with the need for new sources of energy? GS volunteer Mr. Z is live blogging from the Austrian Federated Railways OBB, where more than 100 university students have mounted trains with hatchets and biohazard bags. The students are calling for the slaughter of the region's chickens after several birds were found infected with the avian flu virus last week. Mr. Z reports, all trains are currently stalled. Meanwhile, crowds are gathering along the tracks to support the students. I'd say the birds are doomed. What can we do to improve our day-to-day food safety? GS volunteer Tom Well is texting updates from Centreport, New Zealand, where a citizen blockade has formed to prevent food cargoes from being transported into the country. Under the banner of zero tolerance no food imports, they are attempting to enforce a bottom-up local food movement. Other nations have threatened trade sanctions, but New Zealanders are most aggressively raising the flag of food self-sufficiency. Tom Well reports, I support the movement but not sure this helps the rest of NZ industries, especially our film and video game industry. We don't want to stop all trade, just food trade. When should we go food local and when should we stay globally connected? GS volunteer Shanti Girl writes with breaking news from Geneva. The World Trade Organization has formally rejected the International Panel on Global Food Modeling's recommendation to establish strict agroecological standards. The panel has argued that all WTO member countries must embrace agroecological science in order to avoid a collapse of the natural human food web by the end of this century. But WTO officials say that the proposed standards would place undue pressure on the world's global food industry, which is already under siege from a rash of processed foods lawsuits, localist food movements, and the high costs of staple foods and energy. Shanti Girl says, the WTO is trying to look out for our critical food industries. That's good, but we can't ignore basic ecology. We need joint solutions, not more food fighting. How can we help feed the world without destroying it? Together we can survive the Ravenous Superthreat. GS volunteers are organizing now at superstructgame.org. Join us to invent the future of food.